Hello, everyone. Welcome to day 2 of the Unconference. If you're just joining us, welcome, welcome, welcome for the first time. I'll toss it over to Sam after I introduce myself. I'm Stephanie Perotti. I'm the director of ShapingEDU, and I'll toss it over to Sam to talk a little bit about who we are and why we're here.
Hey, thank you so much, Stephanie. It's great to be here. My name is Samantha Becker, and I am the Executive Director for Creative and Communications at the University Technology Office at ASU, and a co-founder of ShapingEDU. Stephanie, who you just met, is our very first dedicated director for the community, started in May. So really, really excited. She'll get a chance to share with you more about the community and future directions. But for now, I will just welcome new and old friends alike and just kind of set the tone by saying welcome. If you're a change maker, you've come to the right place. ShapingEDU is a community of dreamers, doers, and drivers shaping the future of learning in the digital age. So if you think about what a change maker is, that could be anyone. That's a student, that's a faculty member, that's a technologist, that's an education leader. ShapingEDU was created and fostered on the concept that anyone can be a change maker and that everyone has a role to play in finding opportunities, seeking out black swans, and reshaping wicked problems. So we welcome you all to what is actually now our 4th annual Unconference at our remote haunted inn. The hashtag for today, for all you tweeters, and those of you on LinkedIn and Instagram, is ShapingEDU Wicked Probs with a Z, because why not? Next slide. I would be remiss if I didn't start also by giving some kudos where it is due. While all of us on the ShapingEDU team at ASU, along with volunteers, have been working really hard behind the scenes to put together this slate of programming, I really need to throw it over to our co-conveners for making this work possible. More than really just sponsors, these co-conveners have rolled up their sleeves and helped us with the entire event design. So you'll see them in and out of working sessions tomorrow, facilitating them. Workday will be hosting a keynote. So there's lots of great activities taking place. And I just want to take a moment to recognize our platinum co-convener, which is Workday, our gold co-conveners, Adobe, AWS, Slack, and T-Mobile for Education. And of course, our silver co-conveners, Berkeley, Dell Technologies, Microsoft, the Online Learning Consortium, or OLC, Salesforce.org, the University of Arizona, University of Colorado Boulder, and of course, University of Pittsburgh. So please join us all in throwing up a round of applause, reaction, a heart, a party symbol, whatever strikes you. Next slide. And we can just turn to this one. Perfect. So if you're wondering what is going on, where in the world am I? Who am I with? There are a number of ShapingEDU activities taking place across the week, and participating in those activities as they take place across the week are 716 guests of the remote inn. That's you. Thank you for checking in. And as the Eagles say, you can check out anytime you like, but you know you can never leave. There are 76 concierge, and that's a big kudos to all of our speakers and facilitators and presenters, including all of our wicked mystery party facilitators from last night. That was a huge fun, and I have to thank OLC and Lara for organizing that. There are 60 parlors or activities like this one for you to engage in, 14 co-conveners who I just threw over some love to, and then finally, across the globe, we represent 6 continents. Still dying for someone to check in from Antarctica, but the conference is still young. Next slide. Awesome. So today you are here to engage in a Black Swan game, which you'll hear more about from our innovator in residence and Stephanie here in just a bit. You're here for a simulation to reshape wicked problems before we jump in tomorrow to live working sessions to roll up our sleeves and solve the 9 ones you voted on and picked. So today is devoted to this simulation. Tomorrow is when our working sessions begin. There's going to be a keynote that sets the tone, the theme of which will be around diversity, equity, inclusion, and its role in the many lenses in education. There's also going to be 9 facilitators or 9 groups that kind of pitch their challenges. And then you get to pick which ones you help solve and roll up your sleeves and join working sessions to actually blueprint solutions. And then on Friday, because it's always a good level set to hear from the community we're trying to accommodate and serve, and that's learners. So we're going to open up with a student panel on Friday, followed by more Wicked Problems working sessions. And throughout the days, there's going to be an opportunity for those in working sessions to share their solutions in progress. And of course, please capture and share your journey along the way, any thoughts or observations using the hashtag ShapingEDU Wicked Probs. You also may have noticed you were invited to a Slack workspace, or if you're a longtime ShapingEDU constituent, you're already in the workplace. Our Slack workplace is a great way to sync up with other attendees and find out what's coming next. All right, next slide, and let's start meeting our cast of characters for today. Next one. Beautiful. Okay, so we are in a remote inn and we are all digitally and geographically distributed. And so it really takes some facilitation to bring us together to help synthesize all of our thoughts and all of our findings. And so I want to introduce our dear friend of the ShapingEDU community, owner of Converse Sketch, graphic facilitator and designer extraordinary artist, Karina Branson. Karina will be with us all week, helping to document everything we do, all of the outcomes, and then reflecting it back at us. Karina, I'd love to invite you on to introduce yourself and say a few words.
Hey, thanks, Sam. It's super great to see, again, faces old and new, friends old and new. I'm just delighted to be here, and a huge shout out to everybody who joined the Wicked Mystery Party last night and jumped in with 2 feet. Today and for the rest of the week, I will be listening, maybe asking some clarifying questions, but mostly listening and drawing the ideas and reflections and insights that you all have and share. So instead of my face, you will often see a digital canvas with ideas appearing. If you're interested, it'll be on the side, usually small. And if you're interested in seeing it larger, just go ahead and either click on my video feed or in the ellipses in the corner and select pin video at any point to see it. And then when you're done, you can select unpin and go back to gallery view. And I will be sharing these. I know the ShapingEDU team will be sharing these in email blasts and on social media. So you will be able to check them out. And I'm looking forward to it. Feel free to reach out directly if there are any ideas that you want to make sure are captured or I didn't quite get right. And just lovely to be here. Thanks, Sam.
Elementary, my dear Karina. It's brilliant seeing you here. And I'm going to toss it back over to our fearless leader, Stephanie Parati, to give us a heads up on what to expect for today.
Excellent. So let's go to the next slide and we'll take a peek. Have you been wondering what Black Swan thinking is all about? Well, here's a great example of Karina's work, who teamed up with Ruben to explain what Black Swans are.
We have a lot of tools at our disposal to help us figure out what is likely to happen in the future. From the weather to traffic, we regularly use science and statistics to inform our decisions. Some events, like the COVID-19 pandemic, are somewhat, but not entirely predictable. That is to say, in some cases we can use statistics and data to know that something big is likely to happen, but when it does, we find it's not exactly what we expected. And then there are events that are totally unpredictable. We call some of these events Black Swans if they have 3 defining factors. They are highly impactful, completely unpredictable, and in hindsight makes sense. For example, the sinking of the Titanic is a black swan. First, it was a highly impactful event, leading to huge changes in safety practices, maritime law, and who owned and controlled the use of the airwaves for communication. No one predicted that it would happen, and yet looking back, we can identify factors that contributed to its occurrence. So, how can we learn to better deal with unpredictable events? By looking for where surprises might arise and thinking through how we could pivot if they did, we can design systems that are better able to handle chaos and surprises. Going further, we can even learn to think and design systems in such a way that we not only weather chaos, but come out better on the other side. Curious to learn how we can better predict and manage black swans? Join us July 20th through the 23rd at the ShapingEDU Unconference.